Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are at it again in Good Will Hunting 2. The Last Duel.
It's the J. Craig Movie Review. Movie Review. A movie with you.
All right, so you have a Ridley Scott movie coming out. We have two coming out in, I think, 2 months or so here. So it's Ridley Scott time. This is The Last Duel. It's a medieval tale. I almost call it a love story, and it's most certainly not a love story, only from one point of view. If anyone's ever familiar with, knows their film history, this is a take on Akira Kurosawa's RASHOMON, which is a tale of rape told from 3 different points of view. I caught on to that pretty early on once I realized they were doing points of view. I didn't know a lot about this movie. I didn't even know that they both wrote that. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, that is. They both had their hands in writing the screenplay. I think this is the first time they've written together since Good Will Hunting. They also brought on a female writer to give the female perspective a little bit more voice there. Nicole did not get her name. My apologies, Nicole. So this is actually a pretty decent movie. The fact that it's a Rashomon, in fact that Ridley Scott now at 105 years old is doing a Kurosawa take. I don't think I've ever seen him been so inspired by Kurosawa. And here we are. He's 105, so it's pretty good. I actually really like the movie. Matt Damon stars as a kind of Neanderthal. He's kind of a brute. He's ugly. He's kind of ogre almost, right? He's got scars. Gets made fun of. He's kind of the butt of the joke for everyone except for Adam Driver. Adam Driver is his buddy. They fight together. They've saved each other's lives, that kind of thing. He likes Matt Damon's character, but he quickly starts to take advantage of him in many ways. Ben Affleck is not the king. He is like a Duke Pierre. He has bleached blonde hair in the 1300s. That's kind of cool. Didn't know they did that back then. But he is a Duke who does not like Ben Affleck. So apparently at first it was supposed to be Ben Affleck and Matt Damon in the 2 starting roles, but they had to switch it for scheduling purposes, and now he was the Duke, and he doesn't like Matt Damon's character at all. And it's really interesting seeing the buddies not be buddies, right? It's kind of funny that way. Jodie Comer plays the love interest of Matt Damon, which becomes the rape the person who's raped in the movie. The movie is hard to watch in many ways because it deals with rape. And also, you have to see that scene twice or seen it from 3 different point of views. If no one knows what Rashomon is, let me go back to what I talked about earlier. Rashomon is a tale from, I think it's 1960, maybe 1950. Akira Kurosawa with Toshiro Mifune. There is a rape that happens on a road where there's a kind of like a wanderer who's lying around doing nothing, and there's a husband and wife traveling through. And then we get the tale as they're in trial. We get the tale from 3 different points of view. And you see it very differently from each point of view. And that's one thing that I found kind of different in this movie, and maybe it's trying to say something at the end of this tale of rape, is that the 2 tales between Adam Driver and Jodie Comer, they kind of are the same. Like, there's not, well, you see certain things from different points of view as far as where they were at that different times. But as far as the actual rape scene, they both are almost identical with just a couple of nuances. And so I'm trying to figure out what that is really supposed to mean when it comes to the guilt of whoever's at fault here. So they're on trial. Matt Damon being wronged by Adam Driver so many times over the course of his life. He decides to take action. The result is based upon a duel, because whoever wins, it was God's will, so whoever lost is the liar. And that's how it works, right? So ultimately, pretty good movie. Very, very violent, and I mean extremely violent. Obviously, Ridley Scott movie, it's medieval. The fighting is very brutal. It's like not choreographed very like awesomely, right? You're not looking for that. It's more of a brutal, like just kind of coming at you attack. It's not like Star Wars swordplay, right? It's much different. And obviously there's lots of sex, not just the rape scene, but there's a lot of sex. They deal a lot with the silent majority, like people who stay silent when they get assaulted, and they don't say anything for a whole lot of different reasons. And they talk about that in this movie, staying silent or speaking out. That's a big part of the movie. And it's pretty good. I liked it. I felt it was a little long. It's 2 hours and 35 minutes, and it's a bit long. So it could have been trimmed, I think, a bit. Everyone's really good in the movie. Everyone's really good. If you don't like horses dying, there's a couple of those scenes too. So just, hey, be cautious. It's Ridley Scott. He's 105. He's 175 years old. Okay? Hey, if you haven't done so yet, please click the subscribe and like button down there in the corner. You know where that's at. Appreciate you listening. This one's a long one today. I guess I had a lot to say. All right. Go see the movie in the theater where you belong. Goodbye now.
It's the J. Craig